Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, because I've seen a lot of new people lately, welcome. And welcome back to me, who's been missing since very early September. A lot of crazy stuff happened, which led to this video, which is a sewing room makeover. Basically what happened in the month of September, we went on a vacation to see my partner's mom, and then we had a family emergency that ended up taking about 2 weeks and caused a lot of stress. So I didn't do anything when I got back in September. I was going to make my Halloween costume. I had all these plans. And then within 2 weeks of getting back, we had spontaneously decided to purchase a new house and move. And moving is stressful and time consuming at any time, but then spur of the moment, weren't planning it kind of thing, even more crazy. And it ended up happening because we were going to move maybe next year or something like that. And we went to some open houses and we found a house that we absolutely fell in love with. Had so many things that we loved about it. And then we went and we were like, there's no way we can get it. Contacted a realtor, put in an offer, and we had our offer accepted within 5 days. So a lot of beautiful happenstances occurred for us to get this new house. And so we bought the house in October, and then we moved in November after closing. And we had to replace all the plumbing in the house, which got really crazy, time consuming. And then we had to have all those holes patched. There were 33 holes, and then have them painted, etc., etc. So we didn't actually get every single thing done until about January. And then, you know, your usual unpacking and decorating, whatever. And then my sewing room was kind of my lower priority because I am a music teacher and there is a new spot in this house for teaching. And this is what I did secondarily. So I have gotten it completely done, and now I'm going to show you, now that I'm finally back, what I have done to remake this sewing room. The cool thing is that this sewing room craft room was always a sewing room craft room, apparently. All the old paints are labeled that. It doesn't look like it's ever been anything else, because when we moved in, it had linoleum floors, like really circa 1992 linoleum. And it was a little scuffed up and there was like some damage to it. And I decided that it would be nice to have like a nice floor, especially because I'll be filming in here and stuff. So we went and we had it measured, and this is an acacia wood laminate flooring from Pergo that we ended up putting in, and you can see it behind me. And I will give like a better view. So it's really nice. This floor is waterproof and everything is really slippery on it, so it's easy to clean up threads. I had carpet at the old house, and the thread just sticks to carpet. It's really hard to clean it up. And here, any kind of dust or threads or fabric scraps, it's really easy to just sweep it right up and clean it. So that was the main change to this room, and everything else we kind of left as is because it worked well for what I was going to do. And the flooring just makes it look really nice. We didn't paint the walls or anything else. We did the trim. We painted the trim, and that was about it. So let's have a tour of my new sewing room that was remodeled. Basically, if you've seen my old videos of what my stuff was, it's kind of a hybrid of the two rooms. In the old house, I had the basement, and then I had a small partial room upstairs. And now I've put all of those things into one room, except for the leatherworking stuff. That is in the basement of this house because there happens to be a workbench down there with all of these tool holders and cabinets and everything. But all the sewing stuff is now up here. So we'll start with the Ikea calyx units. In the old house, these were spread out, and then I decided to stack them because, for one, you still cannot get anything at Ikea. It's almost impossible. I've tried. These have been sold out, so I was like, okay, I'll just stack them because it'll fit better in this room with everything else. And in them I had the drawers and the little cabinet drawers too. So in these, the only thing I have right now are gallon Ziploc bags, and the bigger ones from Ikea, I put my patterns in those. And then I got these really big things of Isacord thread on a really good price, so I put those in there because they're huge. And then these ones are pretty much empty. I have room to fill, which is always exciting. And then I have all of the calyx storage Drona boxes, and I have patterns in this one and patterns in this one. Same patterns, and then all of the rest of the boxes are pretty much filled with fabric, but I actually organized them. So they're all grouped by types and whatnot. You guys don't really need to see every single type I have in every box. But now I have storage room on top here, and I've put my cool basket that I got. I can store current projects I'm working on in here. I have like extra tripods and my pincushion and candles and my cool little lamp bulb here and like power outlets and everything all up there. In the bottom cabinets here, there is these reusable bags that my mom got me to put things in, so I've been using those for patterns and projects. And then this one is kind of empty. And then all along the bottom, there's some stuff that's not in the boxes, and that's okay. So I'm just going to show you near the door now, because I actually have my filming light there, and I'm just showing you that because that's how it's working in the room. I only have one up at the moment. I have 3, but I don't know if I could fit them all. But I do have the door here, and then my little standing stool that you can stand on, and it turns. It's from Ikea. And then behind it right now, I have one of my cutting mats. Supposed to get a new one today. If I get it, it's a 3 foot by 4 foot, and I'll show that to you. But I have been storing them behind the door to the room. So then behind me, I have my sewing desk, and this is the same one that I had in the old house. And on it, I've got my serger and my sewing machine. They're both baby locks. And this is another Ikea desk that we just got used, and it has 2 pull-out drawers. And so what I've done is that my serger stuff is under the sewing machine, and my sewing machine stuff is under the serger, because usually you're sitting in front of the one you want to use, and then when you pull the door out, you either have to move, but if you're sitting against the opposite, they're easily accessible. So I have it swapped, oddly enough. And then behind it, I have all of these pegboards. These ones are, the metal ones that are white are from Amazon, and then the one over here is from Ikea. And I've got a couple of these. I have another one over in the corner I'll show you. So I have basically my thread, my embroidery machine stuff, scissors, little clips, all kinds of little tool holders and ribbon holders all up on these. And then on this one, I haven't put hardly anything yet. I haven't really worked out how to combine the 2 places yet because I had doubles of everything in some of the rooms. So now I have no need to double. So that's kind of neat. I also have these smaller cube organizers. These are from Target, and I just have kind of coincidentally matched. Everything has like teal. And I also stack these. I have a teal one on the bottom and then a white one on the top of that. And this has all kinds of stuff. It has fun kits, which is like my Lego kits. I have some Lego kits that are all flower bouquets. And my sister gave me a paint by number Scottish cow and a sushi table runner, and there's like a wallet kit there. And then there's some of my business stuff because I have an Etsy store for music products. And then all the other doodads, notions and bias tapes and all of that are all over here. And then some more decor on the top. I love this sewing machine my sister made with her embroidery machine for me that's teal. It's really pretty, and I have a matching fake succulent and stuff. I have a Google Home in here so I can listen to music and audiobooks while I sew. Then coming over to this corner, I have all of my embroidery thread. This is the same holder that I had in the old house. So all the embroidery thread organized by color number because I have a brother machine. And then another one of the teal cube organizers here. And this has all the tools that I would use normally while I'm sewing. So for instance, I have this little holder my mom gave me that you can stick things. So I got chopsticks and seam gauges and the purple thing, pencils, erasable markers, seam ripper, all kinds of stuff in there. And then that's a tablet holder, headphone holder. There's freight check, all kinds of things that I would use. An empty basket. I like to put my projects in baskets because I cut stuff out in bulk. And then I even got this cute little light here. It has a phone charger on the bottom of it. So you can turn the light on and have extra light here, and then you have the phone charger. Coincidentally, this light is from Target, and it has the little extra reading light, and that is super bright when I turn it on next to the sewing machine, so I can see really well. I actually love having that. So the next part of the room, we've got my cutting table. This is the hobby cutting table, but it's the one that has the drawers that pull out, and then there's a shelf on the bottom. So in the drawers, I keep all my cutting materials, pattern weights, markers and pens and erasable things. And then this can go against this wall here and not take up a lot of floor space. But when it's extended out, it's actually 3 foot by 5 foot long, which is why I have the new cutting mat coming, because it's 3 foot by 4 foot. There is one that actually fits this, but it tends to get, like people say, little catches in it and that'll tear the fabric, and some people have even cut right through it with the rotary cutter, and it's kind of heavy. So I'm getting the other one because I can store it behind my door. But I love this cutting table because it is height adjustable, and I'm pretty tall, and then I can fold up or out however much of it I want to, and it doesn't really cause any issues. But this will take up this floor space here and fit where I can still walk all around and keep it set up even while I sew. I'll show you this cool lamp I got. This is from Amazon, and it has one side which is normal light, and you can choose the tone color, warm or cool. And then the top light can be anything from regular lights to colors. And so right now it's on green, but I put it on pink and stuff, and it adds a nice mood to the room. But this lamp also can move the top, so I can point it towards where I'm cutting out or move it anywhere I want in the room. And then next to it, because this is where I would be using the cutting table, have all my cutting tools and all my rulers and rotary cutters all up here on another one of the Ikea pegboards. And then my tracing paper is also right here in the corner. The last thing in this room is this closet here behind me, and there's actually storage space above it because it has a vaulted ceiling in here. I might put my PDF patterns up there that are still whole rolls, because I don't know where to store those. I don't know how you store those. If you fold them up, they're still pretty bulky and they get really bent. I leave a lot of them though because I trace. And then I have the closet. The closet's obviously the messiest because it's just everything stacked. But I have a plastic shelf here that is cheap. It was like 20 bucks or less from Home Depot. And I have stuff I don't use as much in here. So there's scrap pieces in here. There are my business fabric for the Etsy stuff is in here. This purple tub is all bra making stuff because I used to have it in the cubes. I might put some of it back. When I moved up here, I forgot an entire cube organizer, and I was like, why doesn't everything fit anymore? And so the bra stuff kind of stayed in here. And I have fleece and bigger pieces of fabrics in here. But mainly it's just a storage area for me at the moment. Has interfacing and everything in there. And that is pretty much it for the new room. I have some more tweaks I want to make and everything, but I think it works really well compared to the old house where I was always having to ferry things between the basement and this top floor, or where everything was kind of all over the place. And now it stays pretty clean and there's a lot of room to move around. The only thing I couldn't fit is my ironing board, which I just have in a neighboring bedroom. It just works there, and I can just walk right next door to this room to iron anything and then come back. If I was really sewing something that needed it a lot, I could just put it up in here too when the cutting table is not put together. Chicho likes the sewing room too, and he loves all the windows in this house. He jumps up into all of them, and so he came by to say hi. Thank you very much for watching this room makeover video and my return finally back to YouTube. And I'll see you guys next time. Remember to subscribe.